Day 2 of Dutch winter. So this is the road, one of the narrow small village roads, totally drivable, no problem. And I'm going to the main road where public transport should be driving as well. They say that the roads are too slippery, that they can't drive, that it's too unsafe. Mind you, all of the Netherlands, all public transport is completely shut down. Trains, metros and buses. Now I would understand the roads being too icy and that the Dutch simply don't have any equipment for the winter time. No trucks for salting, no plows, no nothing. And if they do have anything, well, they have a maximum of 1,500 people employed for situations like this. Can you imagine? 18 million people live here. And they have 1,500 people prepared for code orange and code red weather. They're fucking ridiculous. Now, look at the main road. Trucks, cars, everything's driving. Do you see anything being too icy? Look, there's a double truck. Much heavier than a goddamn bus, is it? It's unbelievable. These people are unbelievable. When I moved here, first week, there was an interaction I had at the central station in Amsterdam with an older lady, and it was hilarious. So it was Monday. Jesus, I need to get out of this noisy. So it was Monday, 7 o'clock in the morning. I was going to work, and in the passage of the central station, I was waiting to get my coffee. In front of me, there was a guy already ordering and completing his order at the till. And I was standing about 1 to 1.5 meters, so up to 5 feet away from him. So for me, respecting personal space and a little bit of distance has always been just a normal thing. I didn't need anyone to tell me that I need to keep 1.5 meter distance from people. Not because of a virus, it's simply out of respect. Well, having said that, I'm standing there, and since I'm in Netherlands now, I'm trying to read the headlines and the content of the newspapers on the stand, see if I can understand anything. As I turn my head back around, there's this tall, grey-haired Dutch lady standing in front of me, totally obnoxious and oblivious to the fact that I was already standing there. So I look at the side, I'm like, "Madam, excuse me, I was actually here before you." She looks at me, like down, and goes, "Yeah, maybe you should have said this with a bit more smile on your face." I immediately realized, wow, this is something I've never experienced before. Even though in UK people apologize to you when you step on their toes. So it was kind of funny. Quickly, my response was, "Hello, madam. Not before I had my first fucking coffee on the Monday morning. Thank you. Get back in the line." The guy selling the coffee died laughing. And as I was walking away with that cup of coffee in my hands, I was thinking, I think I just got introduced to the way the Dutch culture works. Now, almost 11 years later, that was definitely 100% correct. Everything they say, everything they do is with a smile on their face. It pisses me off. What are you smiling about? They're always like, you have to do like we do. They say, "Doe je normaal." Like, be normal. What is normal? Tell me, what's really normal around here? A bunch of men, married, living supposedly normal lives. Whenever they go fishing, and I actually know this for a fact, I know people in person, I just don't hang out with such people. So they meet for a fishing weekend. What they do is snort a shit ton of stuff through their nose, and they play trains, if that explains anything to you. Perverse, sick. And I know I'm gonna make some enemies around here by speaking this out, by speaking what's actually hiding behind all these beautiful facades and all these beautiful smiles. Some of the stuff I've seen in Amsterdam underground scene, it's just wow. Parties in, let's say there was an abandoned factory, some people squatted it. It was literally a party almost every night. Or sometimes the parties would just go on for several days in a row. I have not seen a different palette and the amount of drugs being consumed by the people as I've seen there. And not to mention people being passed out, raped, and whatnot. I mean, and they seem to be so proud of their history and culture. What kind of history? Slave trade, drug trade, human trafficking, piracy, colonialization. Wow. Hats off, guys. When they joined the United Nations, they keep forgetting they got involved in the war in Yugoslavia, place where I was born. They allowed a massacre to happen in front of their eyes. Many of them returned from that place with a severe trauma. And this is Netherlands, full of inconsistencies. Full of inconsistencies, full of people who are full of shit. And if nothing else, a winter like this proves it. There is not a single country in Europe. The only other place where I've seen some trouble on the first day of snow, but only the first day. Not trains stopping, no stuff stopping, is UK. They don't stop, they just crash a lot because they don't know how to drive in snow. But here, I still cannot comprehend this. The biggest problem that they created was yesterday. In the morning, they took everyone to work. In the afternoon, when conditions were exactly the same, they shut down all the traffic. Uber, Bolt, taxis, the prices were sky high. Yesterday I checked the price for a ride, 7.5 kilometers, 60 euros. 60 euros. This is exactly the opportunity where all these alternative providers should reduce the prices. They'll get more people actually using them. They'll make more money. I bet my money on the fact that yesterday, whoever tried to use Uber or Bolt or a taxi service probably just gave up, because it just makes no sense. 7.5 kilometers, 60 euros. That's almost 10 euros per kilometer. That's insane. That's 500% the normal rate. It's like this place is just full of unbelievable logical fallacies. And I wish anyone would have tried to make any sense out of it. And then there's people who tell me, go live somewhere else. Go fix your fucking shit.